So we've just seen the clip of you driving a TCR car for the first time, and now you've taken your first win in the TCR in your first round. You are the youngest ever TCR winner. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good feeling. Obviously, there's always improvements that you can do, but it was a really good weekend overall. And I think we're looking strong for this season.
So as we know, it was a little bit of a last minute thing getting you on the TCR grid this year. How did that all come about?
We had a really good opportunity given to us with a Honda. Unfortunately, we managed to get the car, and yeah, all the support from Yaz and everyone at the racetrack was mega. And I can't really thank them enough.
How are you finding the car so far?
Yeah, it's a pretty good car to drive. I've had minimal time in it. I think towards the end of the year and the middle of the year we'll be a lot better and stronger than we are now. Yeah, we only got the car 3 weeks prior to the meeting, which was very technical to understand it, especially with only having 2 days in the car before the weekend. One of them being the Friday test at Brands. We didn't really know where we stood. We had a bit of a problem with the brakes at the start of the testing program. Fortunately, we managed to get the brake problem solved just before quali in race one with a new set of calipers, which made us a lot stronger on the braking zones and having less of a fear of the brake pedal going to the floor.
So let's go into a little bit of depth about your racing career so far.
I done 4 years of professional racing in go-karts. I moved into Fiesta Juniors when I was 14. My first weekend didn't really go to plan with barrel rolling and writing my car off. But we bounced back and managed to get a win on Brands. And then the year after, we come out and won the championship with 3 races ahead of everyone else in the points. And then last year I took a year out due to my age, with not turning 16 till the back end of August. I did a bit of oval stock cars, and I done 2 rounds in minis and a round in TCR, and then that's it.
What got you started in motorsport?
To be honest, we was never really a motorsport family. My dad used to do a lot of stuff on old Fords back in the day. Until my dad helped a lot of people get off street racing and bring them to the track. And I think that's really how it all started. I'd been 3 years old, I think, when he started racing. And then, to be honest, I never really wanted to be a racing driver. I was a lot less wanting to be a racing driver. It was only when I was about 8 I wanted to actually be a racing driver. So I've only been really properly racing for how many years? 8. And yeah, most of them have been in karts, and I wasn't great. So yeah, it was a really weird time to get into racing. But I'm fortunate now that I am a racing driver.
Tell us a little bit more about your family business.
So it all started when my dad was 14 years old, on my granny's driveway, tuning Escorts and RS turbos and stuff like that. And now it's kind of grown into a more orientated day-to-day workshop and race team. It's very family orientated with me and my brother in the workshop, and my dad still doing all his mapping jobs to this day. But yeah, it's went from a small workshop and garages outside my granny's driveway to now a full-blown garage.
What does day-to-day life look for you when you're not on the racetrack?
Normally I'm either coaching or I'm in the workshop working on my car. But yeah, it's normally either coaching or a lot of sim training as well.
And tell us a little bit more about the sim stuff.
So we're just starting off a sim academy with Scan PCs and JamSport. Years ago we managed to get a lot of karters into cars, and unfortunately we've been out the karting scene for a couple of years now, so it's kind of died off, but not too much. But yeah, it's just looking for any age from karters to 6-year-old people just to have a go on a sim and see if they like it and get into racing.
And looking forward to the future, let's start with this season. What are your goals for this season?
To be honest, I would like some more results and hopefully win the championship. Do a Europe TCR round, and maybe a World Tour round at the end of the year. But that's all well and good saying that, but we've just got to try and find the help to get us there. And I think the main goal is to win the championship.
You know, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Hopefully on a factory drive for one of the manufacturers. Obviously, I love driving front-wheel drive touring cars, but also if I ever got given an opportunity to drive a rear-wheel drive car, I would definitely take it. They're really good cars to drive, and I love the feeling of going sideways. So.
And one last little fun question: what is your ultimate dream car? Not racing, just in general.
Probably a 911 GT2 RS. That's got to be the one.